That's a body-shattering death scene from 1995's Mortal Kombat. And it might seem like an unrealistic way to die, unless you suffer from glass delusion. Imagine going through life with the persistent fear that the slightest fall, the slightest bump, will shatter your fragile body like a chilled T-1000. As astounding as it might seem, some individuals throughout history have suffered from this very delusion. The earliest known glass delusion sufferer is also the most famous, France's King Charles VI, who inherited the throne in 1379 at the mere age of 11. He suffered from mental illness throughout his life and reportedly wore reinforced clothing and refused human touch to keep his glass-like body from shattering. Numerous other cases exist in medieval history, along with plenty of fictional and metaphorical accounts as well. We're talking glass princes, glass lawyers, and even a glass maker with glass buttocks. It's a rather peculiar delusion to say the least, but it all makes more sense when you consider the primary sufferers. Based on surviving accounts, melancholic, learned men were far more likely to develop a glass delusion than the average Joe. And as Gil Speake explains in his paper, An Odd Kind of Melancholy, they were also far more likely to read medical and literary accounts of glass delusion and thus absorb it into their own psyche. Furthermore, we have to remember that the notion of the human body as a breakable vessel roots itself into biblical traditions and pops up in various myth cycles. There's even a variant in which the delusional individual thinks himself a vessel filled with urine, kind of like a grotesque Kool-Aid man. And it would have all made perfect sense to a late medieval scholar due to the classical use of urine in the diagnosis of melancholy. So there's a lot of metaphorical punch behind glass delusion, as well as a good bit of delusional self-diagnosis. But the condition also rises to prominence in an age of increased familiarity with glass as a luxury material. We've always looked to technology metaphors in an attempt to better explain ourselves. From the use of agricultural technology in biblical parables to modern views of the brain as a computer or our memory as a stack of video recordings. Terror management theory posits that the fear of impermanence and death underlies all human endeavors. And hey, a stained glass window presents a wonderful metaphor for mortality. It's a piece of unparalleled beauty and craftsmanship. It manipulates the mystical properties of light. Yet the glass is a fragile luxury as well. A tree limb, a bird, or a peasant's rock can crack or even shatter it. Such glass technology serves as a tantalizing metaphoric mind trap for the educated, contemplative European of the day. Factor in a psychiatric susceptibility for delusion, and our brooding 16th century bookworm might well come to believe his buttocks are made of glass. Yet modern psychologists point to a handful of contemporary cases as well. Cases in which humans see themselves as highly fragile creatures, as well as transparent creatures, in an age where social media connectivity makes us feel more connected to those around us and equally invisible. Oh yeah, and we continue to fill our fictions with fragile, shattering human forms as well. Hey, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to check out these 3 videos as well.
And don't forget to visit us at stufftoblowyourmind.com.
There's a lot we don't know about how our brains and bodies work, or sometimes don't work as expected. These conditions might sound like fiction, but they're very real, if very rare.
One-way mirrors, aka two-way mirrors, aka transparent mirrors. You know, those things you see in a crime drama when one cop's interrogating a suspect while another watches through a window that appears, from the suspect's side, to be a mirror.
Now, if you've ever looked at the window panes in an old building, you might have noticed that the glass was ripply and sort of thicker towards the bottom. And you might have leapt, gazelle-like, to the logical-sounding conclusion that the glass had flowed into that shape very slowly over a period of centuries. The truth is, though, that that glass was always that way.